Ryan Reynolds, has seemingly done, right, is used his power and influence to not only help Blake Lively take over this movie, he's used it, on Deadpool to make fun of Justin Baldoni.
Oh, I'm Deadpool. And I guess you're a Deadpool too. But in here, everybody calls me Nice Pool. Oh my goodness, wait till you see Lady Pool. She is gorgeous. She just had a baby too, and can't even tell. I don't think you're supposed to say that. That's okay. I identify as a feminist.
Ryan Reynolds just got the shock of his career. Marvel has allegedly fired him after Deadpool 3 sparked major controversy. The film's bold jab at Justin Baldoni may have crossed the line, and now it seems Disney is cutting ties. Did Ryan's signature humor finally backfire, costing him his biggest role yet? Let's break it all down. Reports suggest that Deadpool 3 included a scene that took a direct shot at Justin Baldoni, possibly referencing his ongoing legal battle with Blake Lively. For those unaware, Baldoni and Lively are currently entangled in a $400 million lawsuit. Over creative control of It Ends With Us, the highly anticipated adaptation of Colleen Hoover's best-selling novel. The lawsuit has turned into a Hollywood spectacle, with both sides accusing each other of manipulation, betrayal, and dishonesty. While the exact nature of the joke hasn't been officially confirmed, speculation is running wild. Some insiders claim it was nothing more than a harmless inside joke that spiraled out of control, while others believe it was a calculated and deliberate jab at Baldoni's legal troubles. Regardless of the intent, one thing is certain: this Deadpool 3 moment has sparked a major controversy that no one saw coming. According to reports, there's a specific scene in Deadpool 3 where, true to his character's signature humor, Deadpool breaks the fourth wall and delivers a snarky remark about a certain director. The line goes something like, "Oh, don't mind him. He's just dealing with a little legal trouble over a film no one asked for." While Baldoni's name is never explicitly mentioned, the timing and wording of the joke have led Hollywood insiders to believe it's a not-so-subtle dig at him. The reference was enough to send social media into a frenzy, with fans dissecting every possible hidden meaning behind the line. But was this just another example of Ryan Reynolds' signature humor? Or was there something more calculated behind the joke? After all, Reynolds is known for his sharp wit, often slipping in clever references that only certain audiences will pick up on. Could this be his way of making light of the controversy surrounding Baldoni? Or was it an intentional move meant to undermine him in the industry? Adding fuel to the fire, some sources claim that the joke wasn't just a random moment of improv. It was included in multiple versions of the script. If true, this suggests it wasn't an off-the-cuff remark, but something planned well in advance. This has only intensified speculation about whether Reynolds and the Deadpool 3 team knew exactly what they were doing when they left that line in. Meanwhile, Justin Baldoni has remained silent on the matter, choosing not to publicly acknowledge the controversy. Some believe Baldoni's silence is strategic, as responding could only escalate the situation further. Others, however, think he may be waiting for the right moment to address the jab, especially if it starts affecting his reputation or career opportunities. Was this just another classic Ryan Reynolds joke, or was it a calculated move? This is where things get messy. The Baldoni-Lively lawsuit has divided Hollywood, with some actors and executives quietly picking sides behind the scenes. Lively claims she was pressured into creative decisions she didn't support, while Baldoni insists she was enthusiastic about them, until the public backlash made her change her story. Disney shocked everyone when it officially backed Baldoni, sending in its powerful legal team to support him against Lively. The move immediately raised eyebrows. Why would Disney, a company that usually stays far away from personal disputes, choose to intervene? The answer might lie in Disney's long-term interests. Baldoni has been on the studio's radar for years, with rumors suggesting they see him as a potential long-term creative partner. If Disney is investing in Baldoni's future, then any bad press he receives could ultimately hurt the company's own interests. And if Disney has already aligned itself with Baldoni, it makes sense that they wouldn't be happy about a Marvel movie, one of their biggest franchises, joking about him. This brings us back to the Deadpool 3 controversy. If the joke was just a throwaway line, why is Marvel in damage control mode? Insiders claim that Disney's top executives immediately ordered the joke to be removed from the film, fearing it could spark unnecessary backlash and further damage Baldoni's reputation. But here's where things get even more suspicious. Some reports suggest that Ryan Reynolds himself was told to tone it down moving forward. Reynolds is known for pushing boundaries, especially with the Deadpool franchise. He's the heart and soul of the character, and Marvel originally promised that Deadpool 3 would remain as wild and uncensored as ever. But if Disney is now censoring him over a single joke, what does that mean for the rest of the movie? Some insiders claim Reynolds is frustrated with the interference, and that Disney's strict oversight is clashing with his creative vision. Others are even speculating that Marvel might be looking for ways to distance itself from Reynolds, though that seems unlikely given his massive star power. The bigger concern now is Deadpool 3 itself. If Disney is willing to censor a single joke about Baldoni, what else might they change? Deadpool is supposed to be offensive, risky, and completely unfiltered, but if the studio starts watering it down, fans might not get the movie they were promised. Some reports even claim that Disney is quietly pushing for major rewrites to remove anything that could be considered too controversial, leaving die-hard Deadpool fans outraged. This entire situation exposes a massive double standard. Disney had no problem stepping in to support Baldoni's lawsuit, but now that one of their biggest stars might have crossed the line, they're suddenly enforcing strict censorship. Fans are already calling out Disney for playing favorites, especially since Ryan Reynolds has been one of Marvel's most valuable assets for years. If Disney is willing to turn on Reynolds just to protect Baldoni, what does that say about the company's priorities? As of now, neither Disney nor Ryan Reynolds have made any public statements addressing the growing controversy. But that hasn't stopped fans and industry insiders from speculating about what's really going on behind the scenes. The longer Disney and Reynolds remain silent, the more questions arise. Was this joke just an innocent misstep, or was it something more intentional? And perhaps, more importantly, what kind of fallout could this create for Reynolds and his future with Marvel? According to inside sources, Ryan Reynolds is reportedly unhappy with how the situation is being handled. While he's known for his sharp, irreverent humor, he may not have anticipated just how much backlash this particular joke would generate. While it seems highly unlikely that Marvel would outright fire Reynolds, given that he is the face of Deadpool and a major box office draw, this controversy could still impact his working relationship with the studio. Marvel has a history of maintaining strict control over its brand image, and any controversy that risks damaging the franchise's reputation is something they take very seriously. If the studio feels that Reynolds' edgy humor is becoming a liability, they could start limiting his creative input, reducing his influence over the character, or even pushing him toward a smaller role in future MCU projects. Additionally, there's the looming question of how this controversy could impact Deadpool 3 itself. The film has already faced its fair share of challenges, from production delays due to industry strikes to the immense pressure of integrating the Deadpool franchise into the Marvel Cinematic Universe for the first time. Now, with the added controversy surrounding Reynolds' alleged mockery of Justin Baldoni, there's growing concern that Marvel may be forced to make edits to avoid further backlash. If that happens, it could have significant consequences. Not just for the film's tone and content, but also for its future movies and overall reception. Historically, Deadpool has thrived on its irreverent, no-holds-barred humor, pushing boundaries in ways that other superhero films wouldn't dare. Fans love the franchise precisely because it refuses to play it safe. However, with Deadpool 3 now under Disney's banner, the question of whether Marvel will allow the character to remain as edgy as before has been a major topic of discussion from the start. This latest controversy only adds to those concerns. If Disney decides that the joke in question, or other elements of the film, cross the line, they may demand changes to tone down the humor or remove any references that could be seen as problematic. More importantly, Marvel's handling of this situation could have long-term effects on audience perception. If the studio chooses to censor or soften Deadpool 3 in response to controversy, it risks alienating the very fans who made the franchise. A massive success in the first place. Deadpool has always stood apart from other superhero films because of its fearless, R-rated comedy and self-awareness. Any attempt to tone that down, especially to avoid industry politics, could lead to backlash from die-hard fans who feel the franchise is losing its identity. On the other hand, if Marvel allows the film to move forward unchanged, it could also face criticism from those who believe the joke in question was inappropriate. This puts the studio in a tricky position. Do they prioritize protecting their brand's family-friendly image? Or do they stay true to Deadpool's unique appeal? Either decision comes with risks, and the studio will have to tread carefully in how they handle the situation. At this point, Deadpool 3 is at a crossroads. Will Marvel stand by Ryan Reynolds' creative choices, or will they step in and make edits to avoid controversy? Will fans embrace the film no matter what, or will they feel betrayed if the final product doesn't live up to their expectations? With tensions running high and the film's release on the horizon, all eyes are on Marvel and Disney to see how they navigate this unexpected storm. As the controversy surrounding Deadpool 3 grows bigger by the day, the biggest question now is, what happens next? Will Disney continue to protect Justin Baldoni at all costs, standing firm on their decision to remove the joke? Or will they realize that censoring Deadpool, a franchise built on irreverence, parody, and breaking the fourth wall, could be a massive mistake? Fans are already voicing their concerns, with many worried that Disney's interference could fundamentally change Deadpool 3. If audiences feel like the film has been watered down just to avoid backlash, the response could be brutal. Siya na voda. The main reasons Deadpool became such a beloved franchise was because it refused to play by Hollywood's rules. It made fun of the industry, took jabs at real-life celebrities, and embraced an edgy, unfiltered style that other superhero films wouldn't dare touch. But if Disney starts policing what Ryan Reynolds and the creative team can joke about, it raises an even bigger concern. Where does it end? Would this mean future Deadpool films will be forced to remove any joke that could offend someone in the industry? Will Marvel's most unpredictable R-rated hero be forced to play it safe? One thing is for sure, this situation is far from over. Fans, industry insiders, and Hollywood power players are all watching closely to see how Disney responds. But with all this controversy swirling, one major question remains. What does this mean for Deadpool's future in the MCU? Disney is now walking a dangerous tightrope. On one hand, they have one of the most beloved and successful R-rated franchises in superhero history. On the other, they have a carefully maintained family-friendly brand image. If they push too hard on censorship, they risk alienating Deadpool's core audience, the very fans who made the franchise a box office powerhouse. But if they let Deadpool 3 go unchecked, they run the risk of facing more backlash from Hollywood elites and industry executives. So what's the right move? At this point, Marvel's next steps will define the future of Deadpool in the MCU. Will they allow the franchise to keep its trademark edginess, or will this be the start of a watered-down, more Disney-friendly version of the character? If Deadpool starts to feel too safe, too restrained, or too far from what made it a success, longtime fans may reject it entirely. And let's not forget Ryan Reynolds himself. He has built Deadpool from the ground up. This isn't just another acting job for him, it's personal. His creative vision, comedic timing, and fearless humor are what made the character so iconic. If Disney keeps restricting his creative freedom, could he start to rethink his future with Marvel? Some insiders believe that if tensions continue to rise, Reynolds may look for an exit strategy. While it's hard to imagine Deadpool without him, the possibility of a shift, either in his role or his involvement in the MCU, can't be ruled out. And what about Deadpool 3 itself? If Marvel is already making cuts and censoring jokes now, what else could change before the movie is released? Could there be even more edits behind the scenes? Will the final version of the film even resemble the original vision that fans were promised? And most importantly, if Deadpool 3 is a letdown, what does that mean for the franchise's future in the MCU? Right now, the controversy is growing by the day. Fans are demanding answers. The longer Disney and Marvel remain silent, the more speculation and frustration will build. So what do you think? Should Marvel leave Deadpool 3 untouched and let it stay as raw and unfiltered as ever? Or is Disney right to step in and make sure the film doesn't push the wrong buttons? Will Ryan Reynolds fight back? Or will he be forced to compromise? And could this controversy be the first sign that Deadpool is changing forever? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the latest updates on this insane Hollywood drama. Marvel and Ryan Reynolds handle the fallout. Will Deadpool 3 survive the controversy? Or has this drama already changed the franchise forever? The battle lines are drawn, and the fallout from this controversy is just beginning. Stay tuned, because in Hollywood, the drama is never over until the credits roll.